Dr. David Baker Hargrove.
And I'm Robert Baker Hargrove.
And we're at the top of your inbox. This is the place where we come together to bring to you all of our years of lessons learned from owning and operating businesses, both individually and together.
And our goal is to provide you with a little bit of a business bite for you to take back to your company to help your business grow and your leaders develop. So, Dr. Dave, what's at the top of your inbox today?
So today I thought we would talk about the subject of, for better or for worse, one employee can really alter the course of your business.
Wow. And that's a very true statement. And, we also talk about the theory of who are your roses and who are your thorns. And it's really about those thorns, but it's also about being able to recognize those thorns as a leader. And how do you manage that? How do you figure out when is it time, when is enough, and either bringing them into the company or helping them find a way out of the company?
Yeah, so one of the things that we talk about in our forthcoming book that should be coming out sometime in the near future is that as your business grows, one of the things that you find that might become more of your role as an entrepreneur or a leader is less running the business, but you have to shift more into a mentor role.
Absolutely, yes.
And so what it becomes really important about that is that you really have to really help the people who are working that you've brought into your organization. You have to be able to help them grow. You have to help them develop. You have to help them learn how to run your business effectively and become effective in their own right about how that business is run. But people are people, and people have their own ideas about how things are and how things should be, and they have their own ideas about you. And you can't control all of that. And so sometimes it works amazing, and sometimes it does not.
Mm-hmm. This is also about you as a leader and about your own growth, because you grow from being a task person to being a teacher to then becoming an advocate to then becoming an expert, and and now you're more of a visionary. And so you have to be able to begin to separate yourself further back into that visionary position, so then that way you can see how the impact of that one person is happening. And we're talking about the impact of one person. It could be in a very positive direction. It could be that rose we were talking about earlier, or it could be that thorn. And so when you're thinking about those roses, how do you continue to help them work within their genius, to stay highly productive, to still be fully engaged within the company, to share that positive energy with other employees when you're not around? In regards to those thorns, there's two paths here. How do you hug that person in to the company and provide them with additional training that they might need, or resources from an employee assistance program, or resources within the community that they may have other things going on that might be hindering them, to help them become that thorn, to where once you get those resources, you can shift them to become a rose. Or the other path of that thorn could be, you've given all you can and you've hit the law of diminishing returns. You're not getting anything back. And that person goes on vacation or not in the office. Productivity seems to either continue at the same level and or it increases. And that's also a great recognition point, is if someone goes on vacation and productivity increases, then you have to think to yourself, what are they really doing here, and what are they contributing to the productivity level in the company? And as a leader, you have to allow yourself the space and the grace to notice when someone is time for them to go. And it could be a long-term employee. It could be someone who just got there maybe within 3 months or so. But you have to be that leader, that visionary, and know when it's time.
Yeah, and there's not really one simple recipe for being able to effectively understand or manage the hug and roll theory, because for every person it's going to be very different, and you're never really going to know where you're at the dividing line between where the hug ends and the roll begins. It's not easy for leaders to be able to determine this, and I will tell you that we've certainly seen in companies that we've been involved in, and you would be surprised. Even in larger organizations where you're talking about 200 or 250 people, one person can make a huge difference sweeping throughout that company.
Absolutely.
When they have still been trying to be hugged in when they really should have been rolled. And so really getting back to the central message here is really about, the mentorship aspect. And we're not all inherently mentors. We're not inherently people people.
Continue.
And so that's really when it becomes important to know early on as you're building your organization is that you bring the right people around you. And we always talk a lot about bringing the right people around you, whether it's external relationships or,
Yes.
hiring, the right people early on, someone that you can trust and to fill in the gaps for the skill sets that you don't have. And this is really one of them that's really important. If you're not that kind of mentor kind of personality style, you want to bring someone near you, whether it be in an outside relationship or whether it be someone that you bring into the organization early on, who has that kind of style, who can really help you either grow in that capacity or support you and be that person so
Yes.
that you can that can help your organization grow in that way, that can provide those kinds of skill sets as you continue to add on people and your organization grows, because without it you're not going to be able to catch those incidences when they occur until it's way too late, because people are people.
And if you need help with that, please feel free to reach out to me at robertbakerhargrove.com.
Or me, davidbaker-hargrove.com.
Or you can reach out to both of us at bhcassessment.com.
So until next time,
We'll see you at the top of your inbox.